One more plane to go back home. Doing what I do best. Oh, I just like to pull my footage off my camera. So now I got some good driving footage of that Daytona, not the Daytona, six pack. I got good footage of the six pack. Uh, I got it all on my other camera. I got all my six pack footage on my DJI camera. Oh man, shoot. That six pack was getting it up in the dragon and stuff. I gotta get my footage off this camera. Uh ton of people there and stuff. It was whew, whew. DC when 2K all to get back home. We can all get together and chat like a live about all our experiences with the car and stuff. But I got my footage on here. But no, I didn't drive the demon and stuff. We drove the Charger six pack and stuff. So it was definitely a pretty solid feeling for that car. Like I think that car, regardless of what drivetrain you like in there and stuff, the car is solid. I mean that's like the best thing I can say. The bones of that car are solid. Whenever they start putting bigger horsepower in that car and more cylinders, it's gonna be solid. It's gonna probably be like the best car they've made by far. When they add a couple more cylinders and throws more horsepower at it. Like it is very planet solid. Like I kept saying the word predictable, and everybody was saying like literally the same thing. Like that car is very predictable. Yeah, it's like a very. It's kind of like I guess say it's kind of like a bootleg Porsche. That I know everybody say well Porsches are like very predictable and they drive on the right line, all that stuff. That car is basically the same way. You can tell it has a lot of engineering done to it. Like we're literally pushing it at the Dragon, and it's like not skipping a beat. So I got footage and stuff of being on the Dragon and stuff. Like I was pushing that car so hard on the Dragon, I literally threw up at the event. That's how hard I was pushing that car, and it was like getting it. So I gotta, but yeah, I gotta get my footage off the camera and stuff. But we were, I got a bunch of stuff us at the drag strip. I got like, oh, that's us getting to the drag strip. I got footage of us like at the dragon and stuff. I got like footage of us at the dragon and stuff. So I got a lot of good like driving footage and stuff. But I kind of messed up because I didn't bring my suction cups and stuff to actually um get like even better driving footage. I think I got a good idea what kind of setup I want to do the next time. But I'm gonna get it right for the next time. I'm gonna get like some real cool. I'm gonna get like a real long stick. Somebody had like a real young long stick. They I'm pretty sure that they got some real good footage. So I'm gonna get like a real long ass stick and get my 360 camera and put it outside of the car. But everything went pretty good and stuff. How does it sound? Oh my God. The sound of that car is hands down like 10 times better than Broken Ice. Broken Ice, it sounded trash. That car sounded terrible at Broken Ice. That car there now, like if you close your eyes and they rev it, you think it's a BMW. So they uh they dramatically improved it. Like that car sounds way better. Way better. That like you can tell from roadkill to now, from what August what the beginning of November and stuff. Always until October. Yeah, 3 months, 90 days. They dramatically changed the sound of that car. It is like you gonna hear it when TK make his videos about it and stuff. He gonna keep saying BMW. Like I think like with this car here, by this time next year, they're gonna have a car for everybody. They're gonna have an EV car. They're gonna have a Hurricane car. They're probably gonna have a Hemi car. And no matter which version you're more attracted to, whichever one it is, it's gonna be damn perfect. Like I was telling people, I'm like, look, they put like a Hellcat in this, 700 horsepower. The car be damn perfect. All-wheel drive, never slips, and even though it's big, it's engineered to the point to where it can do curves and twisties and stuff like that. Man, like that's probably like I never drove a Viper, so I have no idea how great a Viper handles, but it's by far hands down handling wise better than any other Dodge car I've ever drove, especially going to those turns. It was like the only thing that kind of messed up to going to the Dragon stuff was like, you got some guys who are like very, I guess, skittish when it comes to like going through and you know, pushing the car stuff. But we was like, hell, I know Cody, the soldier, and his Green Beret Demon 170, one of the badass stores. He got footage of all of us. It was like three, four of us in like a group, just kicking it down the hill. Like we are like literally getting it and stuff, tires screeching and stuff. The car was getting like you can legit take a Dodge car on the track, smoke people on the drag strip, smoke people. It's pretty crazy. Like driving the Charter Daytona, because I had the Charter Daytona like 6 weeks, and then so I know how the EV version feels. It feels heavy. It feels like it's way better in a straight line. When I jumped in that six pack car, so I'm driving around, they go in that six pack car. It feel like you're going to throw, like you can literally throw it around however you want. It just feels light and nimble, even though it's almost 5,000 pounds. Like they engineer their car to hide its weight. Like you cannot really tell when you're in the car that it's huge or weighs that much. And then all-wheel drive just makes it and it makes it feel like a lot smaller car. But I'm just telling you, like, I mean, coming from me, I got like a 670 horsepower Z06. I got like 1,025 horsepower freaking Demon 170. Coming from me with cars over 600 horsepower and stuff. They add like another 120 horsepower to that car. That car gonna be fire. It's gonna be hard to beat. I don't hate the body, but I like the older body better. Sad this body is as big as my Durango. Yeah. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of that style. I think it's too big. I think if they made it chopped out like 7 inches out of the car and they gave me better headlights and a better front end, I think I'll be in love with that car. But if it came out with a Hellcat, I would grab it just from the performance aspect. Like it's gonna be insane as a Hellcat. Like there's like no doubt about it. It's like you're gonna literally have an insane car that can beat people at the drag strip and go do track events. If we was getting up and down the dragon and stuff, like I feel as though in that car, I had no problem with the brakes. That brakes in that car are huge. There's like no problem braking, no brake fade, none of that crap. Like, we was getting it. We was getting there. Like I was getting it so hard, I threw up. That's how hard I was doing in that damn car. I'm really thinking about that too. Yeah, they wasn't really it wasn't really trying to come off really any information about a future car. They was mainly trying to be, focused about that right there and just saying that, in the future and stuff, just remember this is only the first year. And he was like, if there's he basically said the same thing to me like from Roadkill. Like, I think this is something that everyone keeps saying, you need to hit me, you need to hit me, you need to hit me. He's going like, look, this is only year one. We're not even a year in to sell this car yet. Just he said, just go back to history and they'll tell you what we're going to do. So they're literally telling you they're going to put more engines in the car. They're not going to tell you exactly when. So I'm just thinking by this time next year, you're literally gonna see a Hellcat version of that car. That car, like, if they sell a Hellcat version for like 70, 75, it will smoke a red eye. It's easily gonna smoke a red eye. Easily. Easily smoke a red eye. Oh, yeah, I was gonna ask about stage kits and stuff like that to add more horsepower to the older cars and stuff, but Tim wasn't here. Only person out here was Matt, so I know Tim was more into the whole direct connection and stuff like that. So I might talk to Tim about that in the background and see how it is. What about reliability improvements of the i6? Like I just know from me pushing it, like because I was like I won't say that I was intentionally trying to break the car, but I was like driving that car in manual mode and kind of push it as far as it can go performance wise. I mean, it shifts pretty good, but I'm in the curves and stuff. I'm like manual shifting second, third, fourth like that, and it was solid. It was solid. Like once you keep that turbo spool like 25, 3,000 RPM to like five, it'll go. It'll pick up. I mean, they didn't really say anything about them changing anything on the engine and stuff to make it more reliable, but I just know, um, trust me, we were pushing it. Like no one, I don't remember seeing anyone had a car that failed. I'm pretty sure no one had a car fail, and like we were like doing all kinds of stuff. So as far as I know, nobody car had an issue with it. I think my car had like one little light that came on. But I think that was because I was revving the hell out of it. I was in manual mode going through and like hitting the red line a couple times. So I kind of got like the groove of exactly how to shift and stuff. But other than that, I don't think nobody had a problem where like their car broke down on them and stuff. Yeah, it's like I'm telling you, like that six pack car. If you got like a current scat pack, that's a great car to jump into. If you got current scat pack, if you got like a Hellcat, it's like I think they say that it's as fast as a Hellcat, but it's like I can tell it's not as fast as a Hellcat, but it's literally like nipping on his heels. Like if you screw up, start spinning out, or like losing traction and stuff, you're gonna get smoked until you obviously walk it down. But that car is easily a improvement over a Scat Pack or RT, something like that. We only drove the 550 horsepower versions and stuff, so we didn't drive the 420 version. But I don't think I would ever want to drive the 420 version because like I'm sitting there with 550 horsepower going like, oh man, this is like right there on the heels of being a Hellcat. It's like literally nipping at the heels of being as fast as a Hellcat. But it's like I couldn't imagine driving that car with 120 less horsepower. So, but like, I mean, would I buy one of those cars? I mean, just knowing what I just know the weight. That's all I know. Like, because I mean, I think we're all going to be. I mean, I don't think we're going to be shocked that they're going to make like a demon version of that car probably the next 3 to 4 years, and that'll be the version I'll save my money up for and buy. I'm pretty sure they would. And not like I don't have a Demon 170 and stuff, but um, a six pack beat a Hellcat. I think it depends on the situation. I think if like I think if it was like a rate like you got raced like 10 times, you probably beat at least about a handful of times. So about you probably beat three, 4 times out of 10. It just depends. That person can hook. Like if you got like a stock Hellcat, you'll probably go toe to toe with it and stuff like that. But somebody got like some slicks on their Hellcat, something like that. I don't know, but you just get them just off the line, all with drive. And then the cool part is, all you gotta do is push like one button to get to sport mode, and then push another button that's rear wheel drive only. So you can like easily just go straight to rear wheel drive only, like with like two button clicks. So they made it like real easy and stuff. But I, yeah, I can see it being a Hellcat only if the Hellcat messes up. I'm pretty sure a Hellcat will literally walk this car down. I think like the quoted 0 to 60 time of this car is like 3.9, something like that. And I think like a Hellcat's or what 3.6, 3.7. So I mean, really, it just depends on if you're breaking traction, like whatever your surface is. If you don't have a perfect surface in the Hellcat, you're gonna get beat in this car. It's not gonna happen every time because it always depends on driver skill, but that's what I think. It'll be. It just depends. True. Like none of the, like I was mainly trying to ask them about this car here. Like, I mean, I'm gonna try to find out more about Jeep stuff because since they said they're gonna bring the Hemi back to more vehicles, I was more asking questions about this car and asking about. I did say something too about the CUDA stuff, especially putting all those Easter eggs out there and stuff. 'Cause they some of them saw my videos and stuff. They're like, you're very perceptive and like pick up on like little things we throw out there and stuff. And you're like, not every Easter egg we throw out there is gonna lead to something. We like sometimes we just throw certain Easter eggs out there to see everyone's reaction to try to like stir the pot. And I was like, I mean the pot is already stirred. Like a lot of people want a CUDA, so I'm like. I can understand why that concept six pack car at SEMA, that purple one, wasn't called a CUDA because they don't have a trademark. They still have a pending trademark just for concept vehicles for the word CUDA and stuff. So I can understand why they didn't call that car a CUDA vehicle just from that crap. I feel like the main thing is if they wanted to call the car a CUDA, they legally can't just call it a Dodge CUDA because they don't have a trademark for it. They still got trademarks pending and stuff. So I know that's something they've been dealing with for years and trying to get a that CUDA trademark and stuff. Um, and that's why I made a video saying that I think that they would go and if they made like a CUDA edition where it's like a Dodge Charger, like CUDA appearance pack, something like that. They can do that literally whenever. Um, well, yeah, I think they could do that. It's either that or it was pending. I can't remember which one's live, but I'm pretty sure they got ones like that. But yeah, Demon and Hellcat, everything. Yeah, yeah, that purple Durango, that was that one-on-one jump rate program and stuff. So, um, I was going to pitch them an idea of them doing like a jail like a lot like a one-on-one jailbreak version of the Chargers and stuff, and have it like where people like go through a contest and the freaking pick all the options of the car and they get the car away at the end of the promotion. Like everybody do like a fan's choice, and they'll go and pick like a jailbreak color. So everybody would pick like if they want either a Durango or a Charger, a two door or four door, the options on the car, the engine in the car, the color of the car, and then the color would be literally any color, like uh any like old school Dodge colors. Have people vote for it, and stuff, and they give the car away. And then obviously that car would be like worth a ton of money because it'd be like the only car is like a people's choice Mopar jailbreak Charger. So I mean, I mean, hell, I bet you that car was a six pack. It would still be like worth well over 100 damn grand if they did like a contest like that. So I got a few things I'm gonna talk to them about in the background because I heard they was trying to get like different promotion ideas and stuff like that. So I'm gonna start pitching like Tim and Matt in the background some ideas and stuff to see how they see if like one of them sticks. Yeah. We had a ton of orange cars. So they had a ton of those daggone pill out cars. Like we're gonna have plenty of videos of like several orange cars. The nice combo they had was that blue color with the red interior. That red interior in the car is pretty nice. Um, those red seats in the car is pretty nice. Yeah, shoot, the CUDA needs to be smaller. Yeah, I mean that's why I tell them I'll tell them like the car is very well balanced as it is, but I mean I think it'll be I think they can squeeze out a second car and they just make it smaller. Just make it smaller and only a two door. And just look at the sales numbers from the Charger and only have it as a four door. Like make the Charger back only a four door. That two door version of it, that door is way too big. Like if you let that door open up all the way, you gotta lean all at the car to go grab like the damn grab like the cup holder and pull the door back closed. And like I think they should do that. I think that they need that charger as a four door. Chop out like 7, 8 inches out of the length of the car, shorten it out, and make it like a cooler version out of a two-door smaller car. I mean, they can. I mean, hell, like, I mean, there's a couple different ways they can do it. I mean, they can, um, you know, leave it called a charger, but just go through and just cut the midsection now and make it shorter, or they can go bring the Challenger back, change a couple of sheet metal things, and just make it shorter off the same platform, or they can make it a cooler off the same platform and stuff. So it's like different ways they can do it. But I would love to just see a shorter car because like I need enough room to carry four people around and stuff. So I mean, I prefer a smaller car. If I want a big, huge car, there I'll go buy SUV. I saw photos of the blue one. Yeah, that blue one with the red interior. That what's up, OC? Hey, appreciate. Hey, yeah, I just got off my first captain flight. I'm sitting in Atlanta right now, so I got to catch my next flight to Greensboro. I think that flight leaves. My plane just got here. I want to say I think my let me do my ticket. I want to say I think the flight leaves in the next few minutes. Oh yeah, it leaves at 2 o'clock, so I got like a good about 30, 40 minutes before I got to leave. Yeah. Oh yeah, appreciate you, OC. My voice, but yeah, remember that the 686 charter was large cars too. Yeah, but I mean, in this day and age, Luke, it's not like I can understand cars. Muscle cars back then were bigger, but the problem now is you don't have literally the companies that make cars of different size varieties, right? Like you might have at one time a Challenger, a Challenger, a Charger, a Duster. You might have like six different cars they sell, six different models. Now they're gonna make one or two because the government done, legislated cars out of existence. So now it's like they got to really settle with like maybe making one or two cars, or they're making one for the large segment, one for the middle segment, one for the compact segment, one for the track, one for the drag strip. They got to kind of combine everything into like less cars. So it's like, um, I mean, nowadays most people gonna buy SUVs and stuff. So I mean, a car you don't necessarily have to have it as big as an older Charger was. It's just that um I just want a smaller car because if it's smaller with the same amount of horsepower, that means it's gonna weigh less, and it's gonna be easier to park and stuff. Because like that Charger, it was hard to park in my garage because it's so long. Like my garage ain't but so long, and you try to fit that huge car in there. It's like I can even walk around and stuff. So just for me parking it inside, especially if they make a demon version of that, I want to keep it inside. Like my demon does not live outside. My demon lives inside. And my Challenger is just the perfect size to walk around it freely and don't have to worry about people scratching it up when they walk past my car in the garage stuff. So that's why like the Challenger is like the biggest car that I would want to own. I wouldn't want a car bigger than the Challenger as like a performance car. So I mean that's really just me. But yeah, I mean SUVs and trucks outsell sedans and coupes. I mean, hell, it don't matter if it's 10 to 1. I mean, a lot of the reason why is because a lot of people um they made for one thing, they made cars more expensive because they they done did the fuel economy crap so daggone much, jacked that rate up. So they gotta sell the cars more expensive and stuff. Then you got the fact that a lot of people who buy like trucks and SUVs, they buy for tax purposes. They can write them off their taxes if they're over a certain weight. So I mean, yeah, that's why you see $100,000 trucks nowadays. A lot of people who buy those trucks, I know cats, they'll buy two, three, four trucks a year. Every year, they'll go buy a truck, get a tax break on it. Then the next year, they'll go and sell that truck and buy another one. Only reason they do it is just to have it's basically just to have a tax break. So it's like you'll get the same tax break with a car. So it's like, I think it's like artificial. I think they just took out cafe and took out the tax breaks. People will not buy trucks and SUVs as much as like a car. Yeah, the Demon could have been a little smaller. Speaking of big doors, yeah, I think the average about 7 miles a gallon. That's on good days. I mean, hell, you doing better than me. Like I average like 5.6 miles per gallon on the 85. So all I do is just hit it. That car is just so fun. I think the D170 is like the perfect size. It's like I couldn't imagine more power in a smaller car. 1,025 horsepower is already like mind blowing. Then it's like, yeah, an even smaller car. That'd be crazy. For this news, trying to be talking about garage too. So yeah, well, I mean, yeah, trucks got huge too. Hell, nobody really makes a single cab truck anymore, or regular cab, whatever you want to call that daggone cab. But yeah, like hell, like I tried that charter Daytona fit in my garage, it wouldn't fit. It was like too much of an hassle. Need to do track. Yeah, I think like I think that let me see, would they make another track? If I had to say realistically, I give it maybe 60 to 70% chance, only because that Grand Cherokee doesn't sell well. If they would have put a Hemi back in it when it renounced it, like, hey, we're gonna put the 5.7 back in the Grand Cherokee, and then they did that crap, I would have gave it like maybe a 90% chance. But since they didn't announce the 5.7 going back to the Grand Cherokee when it got launched that four cylinder, I'm like, because we haven't heard zero about them putting a Hemi in the Grand Cherokee. We knew they was only going to put their Hurricane inline four in there because we had people in the plants who was sending us photos of like the mock-ups for the Hurricane little four cylinder. So we knew that was going to happen, but we have not seen a single photo of them mocking up a Grand Cherokee with a Hemi in there. But they also did tell me that like sometimes there's like certain things that they put out there company wide, 'cause they know that somebody's gonna pick it up. Because they know that me, TK, we talk to so many people now that they intentionally like, hey, look, take a photo of this and send it around, something like that. So um that's quite funny, hearing what they say. And this is coming from, I'm not gonna say exactly who said that, but they told me that they knew that, certain things that I say, they intentionally leak out so I would catch wind of it and stuff. So that is pretty interesting. So I mean, it's like it's definitely fun talking to them and stuff because I talk to a lot of them in the background and like I tell people, nobody really knows that whole start defender stuff. I was talking to guys about that like a year or two ago, and they come up with that system right there. So they keep making jokes to me like, "Hey, you should be in like product planning. You need to take a job in product planning." I'm like, dude, like if I was in product planning, every damn car will have a Hellcat in there. If it doesn't, we would engineer it to put a Hellcat in there. Especially like if they made like a modern day Shelby Cobra. I mean, like, look, like I'll literally take like a compact car, shove like a 5.7 in there, and then be like, hey, look, let's just make sure that you can put a Hellcat in there. Like, could you imagine like a modern day Miata sized car with a Hellcat engine in there and it was like 40, 50 grand? Man, that car would be insane. That car would be insane. But they should, honestly, they should make a Grand Cherokee Hellcat because the Durango has a Hellcat in there and they basically have like a lot of the share the same drivetrain and stuff. So I mean, I'll say 70% of Grand Cherokee is gonna make a track off again. Maybe it's not gonna happen exactly right now because everything. That's why I was saying they got like a lame duck year where they got to go through and put stuff to the pipeline in order to get it certified and stuff. And then that's what like Dodge telling us like. We got this period right here where we kind of, took our foot off the gas. We haven't been stuffing the product pipeline with new things because of Tavares. Tavares really like screwed them up for the next 2 years, I would say. I think after like 2 years, like they're really gonna be in a great place. You're gonna have stuff coming through the pipeline. You got like stuff gotta get engineered to put stuff back in there. So I definitely think that we want to see a Hemi inside the charge about road nights. But we've already seen a draft pack, so I think it's just gonna be certain. So even if you're not happy with a six pack, I think bare minimum will have a 5.7 in by next year, and then maybe in 2 years we might see a Hellcat. I would love for them to go hell like do like a 5.7, 302 and a Hellcat at road nights, which that depends on how that goes. But I mean, I think a bare minimum a 5.7 and a Charter. That Cherokee, right there. Yeah, every person I know that loved the track hawk, they say the new one's ugly. And like that little redesign they did, it didn't really make the front end better. It just added more like grills to the bumper. It wasn't really like a refresh. It didn't really, you know, make it look different from the original ones. I think, it's like it's almost like no matter what they do to that Grand Cherokee, that body style is never popular. Because I think every year they did something. The sales went up and then they flatlined. The body came out, the sales were high, to the next year it flatlined. And then they brought out the 4xe, the sales went up, and then next year they flatlined. And now it's like they did this redesign and put an even smaller engine in there. And I don't even think the sales even want to increase. So I think once the Grand Cherokee goes to a new body style, go to another generation, that might speed that up. 'Cause that vehicle is just unpopular. Everyone I know, I never seen no one say that the Grand Cherokee is a good looking car, the new one. Everybody who comments or I talk to always like the older one. What is your thoughts on the whip for the new Chargers? Will it be a problem in the future? They should put a wide body. Shoot, that six pack concept car, the one that they had at SEMA and stuff. Um, they made the front fenders wider because it was carbon fiber and stuff. So, I mean, it's a pretty good looking car and stuff. It's already wide, so I think the car with as wide as it is looks pretty good. I think mainly it's just you got to change how the nose looks. That's like really my only thing about a car that I just because I've always said I didn't necessarily like the nose of the car. I think like a prototype version of what it's supposed to look like. I mean, the headlights don't look better than the previous cars. Like the old Charger's headlights was beautiful in my opinion. The old Challenger headlight simple but beautiful. It's like these ones right here is like they're just some square lights, so they're not really like anything special. So I'm just saying if they change the nose up for SRT version, I think it'd be good. And like and I need to do the did I do the video? I think I need to do a video because somebody told me that that red cover that was over that car that Tim was lifting up was supposed to be like a the original front end of the car. And I'm like, I don't know why they changed it, but like that's what I can't remember who told me that. Somebody told me that red car that Tim lifted the cover over. That was supposed to be the original front end until it got changed to that front end and stuff. So I'm like, that daggone car that red was on the cover, you couldn't see it, but like just the lower half looked better. It looked more aggressive than this one do. So um and like the headlight was different too. So I wish one of them. I'm like, hey, can y'all want to send me a picture of that damn red car? Like, just be like, hey, can y'all accidentally leak me a picture of that red car? 'Cause I would love to see it. Oh yeah, I mean that hood on that SEMA car. I'm pretty sure they're gonna stamp like a steel version of it and put it on a Hemi car. I mean, that'd be a way they can, you know, diversify the car. The Hemi cars will be the ones that had the scoop on the hood. The six pack cars, they had a little dome on the hood. and then the EV car just have the arm wing on there to make them all look different enough. That way, you be like, hey, look, if it got a dome, that's a six pack. If it got a scoop, that's a Hemi. If it got the little wing in the front, that's an EV. Just make it look different. So with these new here also have a last call plates under the dash. Mm, it'd be interesting if they do like a symbol of protest badge and stuff. That'd be very interesting. I mean, I think that'd be the interesting thing. It'd be like a symbol of protest for like Dodge. I can see those Hemi cars wearing that badge, and then we have like SRT versions that have different badges on there. I think that'd be pretty cool. Either the rain or the old platform, I still love the liquidator. They still look good, man. I mean, honestly, with the Durango, it's- especially since they extended it for another like 4 years, they could have changed the look up a little bit, but they did that in the last minute. Like that new Durango was supposed to come out next year, so it's like, good luck. Man, you know, she's still talking. But yeah, the new Durango, the new vehicle they got already sitting there ready and stuff. It's supposed to come out next year. It's supposed to come out in 2027 model year, but they delayed it 2 years to 2029. But I think they did that crap because they were probably going to launch that daggone new Durango as an EV only first. So they're like, man, bump this. We ain't about to kill all of Dodge sales. So like, let us hold this new Durango off for like 2 years, and engineer a Hemi in there or a Hurricane in there, and then release it. So to keep the current Durango around for a couple more years, and then let you jailbreak it. In the meantime, so yeah. But I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure that's the case. 'Cause there was really no reason for Dodge to delay the brand new Durango that they had sitting there waiting for like 2 more years. I think because of the engine, they was like, oh yeah, we was only gonna launch the EV first. Nah, they would have just decimated Dodge sales because I mean the Durango, the only thing is really kind of keeping them afloat. That's all they had great sales on and stuff. So oh yeah, and then he was telling me about the Durango 392 where that sucker was he was talking about basic compliance stuff. So um that's one of the reasons why the 392 has been delayed because they gotta get it back through compliance. So that's why they haven't really had any updates to it. But I think he said they said January is when they're hoping that the 392 Durango is gonna be available for sale. And then December is where they're gonna have the Durango Hellcat supposed to be available in all 50 CARP states. But yeah, when I think that's going to make a EV only Durango. It's the same thing with the Charger, right? They launched the Charger as EV only on the Tavares. Tavares was trying to push EV only because he had in his contract that he had to have a mix of EVs to ICE vehicles in order to trigger his $30 million bonus. So he was sabotaging them to go and push EVs first. Wagoner S, EV first, right? Charter Daytona, EV first. He tried to push that Ram Rev EV truck out the door before the Ram Charger stuff. So he tried to push and shove all his EVs out for his contract. So that's what I'm thinking. The same thing with the Durango. That will be the next thing to come out. Basically like a bigger version of the Wagoner S. That's basically what it's going to be. So I mean, there's no other reason why to delay that brand new SUV because you would think the Durango is so old. Why delay the new one for 2 years if Dodge needs sales? A brand new version of Durango should be an instant seller, but I think it's going to be EV only first. And that's why they're like, man, bump this. We can't just launch this thing EV only because we're going to literally destroy all of Dodge sales. So I'm pretty sure that was the case. Yeah. It should be January when it goes on sale because I made a video the other day and it's gonna be January that Dodge expect the orders to open up. And I'm pretty sure that's when it's gonna be finally done with compliance stuff. Any hope of a challenger coming back? Um, I will say a lot of them was very tight-lipped about any new product. The only commitment I got was that they was working on a $30,000 smaller car. That was the only guaranteed commitment that I got. Because trust me, I know how to do like social hacking and stuff. Try to sneak in little questions here and there, or get subtle little answers and clues and stuff. So we will see a smaller car, but I'm 90% certain it won't be a Challenger. It's going to probably be like maybe maybe it's a compact car, maybe a little sports car. But one of those two cars we're going to see by next year, and that's why I keep making videos and saying in my videos and keep like driving that point home. Take the Charger, cut it down, and then go and make a new car, but just keep driving it home because they watch our videos. Like even the dude who's like one of the lead engineers on the Charger, he was here at the event and he was saying like, yeah, he watched my videos and stuff. Oh, later when yeah, so that's 100%. We know for now that they're going to make either a compact or a sports car. I just don't know which one, and I'm very certain that it's probably going to be next year. I was because I was throwing a hand out there. Hey, look, why don't you do like another speed week? And instead of the last speed week where you had like all the current cars and then you had the Hornet the day two and then the EV on day three, you do another speed week where you like you reveal one car to reveal another car, and then I mean hell, you can go reveal a concept car and do that right there around road nights. Do that kind of speed week. Um, because hell, I'll do the same thing. Like go and make the announcement that you're making a new Hemi. So like well, yeah, there are like some ideas that I'm going to actually try to pitch Dodge um for them to go like promotions, especially the announce like new things or new vehicles or to do giveaways, stuff like that. I got some pretty cool ideas because it'd be interesting if I can get them to do one of them. So I'm gonna be talking to Tim and the Matt in the background and try to pitch them like crazy ideas, hope for some fun stuff, and see if that works. Because they keep joking that I should get a job on the product team or the product planning team. Well, might have to take one day off. Yeah, either a dark or a neon. And I mean, like, if they build one of those cars, I mean, that little four cylinder is like 330 horsepower, so it's gonna be pretty powerful. But I was like, that's why I want to I'll make another video saying, hey, look, if you're gonna make a tiny sports car, make sure you engineer the car with enough room to do a Hemi swap. If they engineer a car to have a Hemi swap in there, it's over because people will buy that car 20, 30 grand, do a Hemi swap in it, and it's over. 'Cause I'm like, because like I would love to see them do like a Shelby Cobra version of this car. Oh, I think my zone about to be gone. But I'm gonna get off the board. She's calling all our zones quick. So I'll see y'all later. I'll probably do another live when I get home and stuff. So I'm out. Yeah.